Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching a map tour of Oberkirchhiem by the Lort. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, today we get to go on a map tour of Oberkirchhiem by the Lort. This little bad mamma jamma is 133.57 megabytes to download and is very cross-platform friendly. Now this map right here, it does actually have a couple required mods. The Bavarian farm pack, the farmhouse loaderer, the grass drying, and the natural water plants. You take those mods and you add them together, it comes out to 101.71 megabytes to download. You add that onto the map and you get a grand total of 235.28 megabytes to download for everything all together. Now we have gone ahead and started this gameplay off on new farmers mode, so you guys know what you'd get if you do start off on new farmers mode. Couple things to get off right away here is that when you're playing on any mode, it doesn't matter, you have access to like this diesel tank, the silos that are over there, and you own all the animals on the farm. You don't have to own the land, and you don't own the land for any of that, but you do have access to all the things. You can even go ahead and sell everything on here. We'll talk about that after a little bit, but you can sell everything on here no matter what game mode you're starting on, even if you don't own the land, like you would not own on Start from Scratch and Farm Manager mode. So you can sell all this stuff off no matter what. But like I said, we are starting this one off on new farmers mode, so let's jump right in and take a look at that equipment. And here is your equipment that you'd be starting off with on new farmers mode. Starting off with one Fendt Favorite, small tractor, not too bad. And we have medium tractors of the Vultra and the Fendt, not too shabby. Harvesters, you have one New Holland agricultural harvester, and that does come with one grain header and a header trailer. Trailers, you start off with one Rudolph trailer. Plows, you start off with one Agromaz. Cultivators, you start off with a Lemkin Carrot, not too shabby. Seeders, you get one Pottinger seeder. Mowers, you get a Converlin mower. Tedders, you start off with one Pottinger tedder. Windrowers, you get the Pottinger Top 342, not too shabby. Forage wagon, you betcha, Pottinger Boss Alpine. And that is what you would start off with if you did start off in new farmers mode. A nice little set to get yourself rocking and rolling. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead, jump into the map, and see where you can use this equipment. And this is your map that you'd be starting off with here. Not too shabby at all. A lot of regular shape fields, as you can see on here. Now, this map does have quite a few of these production locations on here, so that's pretty darn slick. Animal dealer, a couple sell points, pretty darn slick here. Starting off, you end up starting off with this one plot up over here. On new farmers mode, I should say. You start off with field 1 and then the farm. Now this map right here, it definitely does have a couple hidden little gems in it. Like right over here, the BGA. In order to get access to the BGA, you don't go over there and purchase the actual BGA. You purchase the plot of land at $34,000. That's not too shabby at all. You do have this little plot right over here. You can take a look at this. You can see it kind of looks like there's some greenhouses there, because there are. You purchase this plot of land with the greenhouses, and then voila, you have access to 4 greenhouses right there. Not too shabby. There's a couple starting farm locations on here. You got one right there. There's also a couple little placeable areas if you want to start farms up over here. A lot of little bits and pieces that you can go ahead and purchase here. There's a garage, or there's a shed right here. There's a garage right here. We'll take a look at that as we look around on here. But as you can see, it's got kind of a nice little mix of everything. Some forestry. There's a plot of land up here, which you'll be able to see in a little bit, that is just all grass field. It's a nice little prairie to get yourself rocking and rolling. And let's back on out of here. We do have grapes and olives on this map, ready to grow. Nice vines that are out there. Quite a bit of cash that's sitting out in the field. It's pretty darn slick. With that being said, there's also one little area I want to point out here before we jump and look at prices. Right over here, there are 4 plots of land. Now, these 4 plots of land actually have animals on there, animal pens with animals. You purchase the plot of land like this. Yes, I'd like to purchase that plot of land. Back out, and there's actually animals. You can't see it right there, but you can hop over there, and there are animals on that plot of land that you own now. So that is pretty darn neat, depending on if that's how you want to start. If you want to get yourself set up doing something else, have a remote farm on here, it's pretty darn slick. We'll get rid of that really quick here, though. When it comes to field prices here, you have field 24. This is the lowest priced field, the numbered field, coming in at $9,000. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you got field 10 coming in at $139,000, almost $140,000 on here. With that being said, if you take a look at the field prices, they actually are all very reasonably priced comparative to their size. You can go ahead and purchase all the extracurricular areas if you can see. And the good thing about this is it does show you where all the other little tiny plots are, where you can go ahead and set up your shop, do whatever it is you'd like. Also, all the store locations and everything like that, you can go ahead and purchase. So all in all, you do have a nice array of different things. Forestry stuff that you have going on here, all very reasonably priced. You have this one right here coming at your most at $184,000, and all the way down here to, yep, this one right here at $72,000. So depending on how much money you're willing or how much money you can put up front, you can jump right into forestry. So very, very nice map, has the ability to give yourself options. With that being said, guys, let's get out here and let's take a look at this map, or let's actually take a look at what it looks like. What do you say? Well, hello there, Mr. Cow. How you doing? Or Mrs. Cow? Sorry about that, Mrs. Cow. Yeah, so here is the farmyard. It's not too shabby. Lots of storage on here. I personally am kind of a fan of this Bavarian pack. It's just a nice, neat little area to get yourself rocking, get yourself rolling. It's just different from the standard, this is what you got here, let's rock with it and go on from there. But like I said, you do have the cows on this map that you do end up starting off with. You do have these chickens over here. It's not too shabby. You pop in here and you own the cows, the chickens, and more cows. So it's kind of nice to get yourself on here. Lots and lots of stuff to, or I should say, lots of little nooks, lots of little crannies in here for storage. There's just tons and tons of places to get yourself lost. Pretty darn slick, pretty darn slick in here. Like I said, you do start off with the tank, and it does start off with 2,000 liters of fuel in there, so that does get you going. Let's hop on here and take a look at this really quick, just to kind of show you what I was talking about. So this is what I was saying. Doesn't matter what mode you start off on, you can actually sell all of this stuff. Like I said, it does not matter at all what mode you start off on. You can sell all of this stuff here. So if you want to start off and just get that start from scratch, you can buy this chunk of land, sell all of it off, and then remake it how you want to. Or, you know, it doesn't even matter. You can do this on any mode. Just go ahead and restart it, do what you want to do. Alright, so let's get ourselves out here rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves a look-see around the map. And before we get too far out, I'd like to take just a second and go ahead and turn the map on in the corner. That way you guys can kind of follow along with me as we're taking a little ride. Now, forewarning right now, guys, I like to drive over the fields. Sorry about that if that triggers anybody, but I don't care. I feel like getting out here and driving on the fields, it kind of shows you what the lay of the land actually is like. What do the fields look like? What are the elevations? Are there bumps? Are there grooves? Are there all sorts of little bits and pieces that are going to get in your way? Or are you going to be okay driving around on here? Now, I'm going to actually hop onto the road here for just a little bit. Just to kind of show you, if you need to get through town here, it really isn't all that bad. You do have pretty wide roads to get from point A to point B, so you got that going for you. You do have one sell point back there. It's kind of, it's not too bad. You have a relatively wide road to get around, and from point A to point B, I guess, is a good way of looking at it. You have a shop that's right in there that you can go ahead and purchase your vehicles at. Not too bad. And this is one of the places I wanted to hit up right away. It's in town. It is one of these little placeable areas. So if you do want to go ahead and potentially start your own farm up right here, this isn't a bad location to get yourself going. Obviously, you're not going to have a big farm if you start off right there, but maybe that's what you want to do. Get yourself starting off small and work your way up. It's entirely up to you, whatever it is that you want to do here. Now, there's 3 plots right over here that I wanted to point out. Oops. You have this one plot right here that does have the shed on it, and you do have that plot right over there that has the shed on it, and then there is this little area right here, which again, it's nice little placeable. So if you don't want to start off one of the pre-manufactured farms, you do have these locations right over here. It's not that bad to get yourself up and going over here. We're going to go ahead and continue on down this way as we get over to the olives and the grapes. Now, as you guys are kind of noticing by me driving along in the fields, and I get us down at a leveler location, this is a flat map. It even, the Lort goes ahead and even states in the description of the map, it is a flat map. It's based in Bavaria, but it does have some undulation, some bumps and grooves all over the place on the fields. But if you're looking for a hilly map, this isn't your case. If you're looking for more of a flat map, this is... the Lort's being very upfront about it and saying that's exactly what it is. With this being said, since we're kind of over here, let's hit this up really quick here. Okay, so these are these 4 plots that I was actually telling you guys about right here, where you do have these animals over here. You have the 4 pens, you have the horses, you have the chickens, you have the sheep, and you have the cows. So let's come over here and look at that. Yeah, nice little collectible on here. Pretty darn slick. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and purchase this to kind of get yourself started, get yourself rocking and rolling, not a bad thing. You could actually go ahead and get yourself in a mindset where those 3 little plots that I was pointing out to you before, maybe you start over there and then this is where your animals are because you just don't have the space. It's kind of a nice little remote role-playing sort of thing that you got going on here. We're going to head on in here really quick, take a look at the BGA. So like I said, with the BGA, you have to purchase the land, and once you purchase the land, you do have access to the BGA, which does come with 4, count them, 4 bunker silos or clamps, depending on where you're from, what you want to call them. So there is quite a bit of space in there if you do want to get yourself rocking and rolling that way. Let's hop in here and take a little drive through the woods and the forestry areas, because you take a look at the map. It's all along the edge, and it's not too shabby. You have this nice road that runs along here, able to get in and out doing the things that you want to do. And as you guys are kind of being able to tell just by me driving around here, the woods are actually fairly dense. We'll go off here for just a second and kind of drive around here, see if I can get myself in nice and neat. But as you can see here, it is a fairly dense plot of woods. Let's get myself out of there. So, ooh, shoot, let's back up. There we go. Let's get ourselves going now. Yeah, it's fairly dense. You got lots and lots of trees in here. So those prices that are on there, the lowest plot at 74,000, that's, I would say that's kind of a steal for the amount of money that you're going to get off of these trees here. Oh my gosh, it's hard to drive through coming over here. I'm doing this on purpose so you guys can kind of see. If you're going to want to get in here and do the forestry, you're probably going to have to clear a path just to be able to get yourself through, just because it is so densely populated right there. All right, so there's our main farm. We're going to go ahead and do a little jive across the field here really quick, and this is what I was talking about. You can see how there are the slight elevation changes. Now, why is that important? Because you're not going to have to upsize any of your equipment for anything that you're doing. You're not going to have to compensate for hills. You're not going to have to compensate for little dips and dives or anything like that. You're going to be able to get across this map fairly easy, fairly decent without any issues. You have a couple of these narrow roads right here, but you're fortunate enough that there is no traffic on these. So you're going to be sitting in a fairly decent position to be able to get from point A to point B. So let's head on over here because there is a plot of land that I did want to show you. And I kind of got myself going the wrong way there for a second. We're going to hop through here. Oh, I remember this cornfield. I remember that bridge. Oh, there's the store. How about that? This plot of land up here. Now, oh, shoot. Holy cats, man. That was my bad. That was my bad. A little reckless driving. This plot of land just north of the river here. It's kind of a nice oblong-shaped river, or road. Gosh, get off of that. Huh, that rock kind of looks like a face. Comment down below, guys. Do you see the face or am I crazy? Okay. Comment down below. Is there a face there or am I crazy? You have this nice big plot up over here. Like I said, you can buy all this stuff up there if you want to. Or you can go ahead and take a look at this because this plot extends all the way down over here. It's actually a fairly nice, large plot of land. You can take care of some of these trees along the edge if you want, some along the bank, but you could get yourself some neat looking fields over here depending on what you want to do. Maybe you want to plow this under, do grass. I don't know. The options are yours. I really like these untamed areas like this where you can do whatever the heck you want. You having the nice organized fields are nice, but I do like myself personally having at least a couple little plots that are that untamed, where you just go out there, you do what you got to do, and then you move on. Let's head down over this way here, because it's just more of our fields. You have the drying, or the grass drying location over there, pretty darn slick. And then, like I said, as you continue on over there, you can see, I'm getting down nice and low, so you can see there are these elevation changes. That's what the Lord's talking about here. You do have these nice little bumps and grooves. And I personally, I appreciate that on maps that are like this, where he's saying it's a flat map, but you know what? He's putting these elevation changes. It keeps it fresh. It makes it more of a realistic location as opposed to anything fantasy or anything like that. So let's hop in here. And this is the plot of land that has the greenhouses. So it has all this stuff on it. But when you go ahead and purchase this chunk of land, you get access to all of these greenhouses. And at that point, you can probably, this would definitely just keep you busy from start to finish. Now, I went and I purchased this plot of land. I had access to everything. And then as soon as I got rid of it, I lost access. So it's not like, okay, there's all these placeable objects on here. You have to sell the placeable objects before you can sell the plot of land. Nope, that's not how it works. It's just a matter of selling and buying and selling the plot of land to get access to all this stuff, or lose access to it, however you want to look at it. So guys, after all of that, let's go ahead, let's jump up in the air, and let's take a look at this one from up above, because I think we pretty much nailed it down here on the ground. See you in a bit. Alright everyone, let's go ahead, fly up into the sky, and take a look at this one from up above, because I tell you what, it really does wonders as we're going ahead and we're driving around and taking a look at this. And I did forget to mention the honey plot right here. The same thing with this. You go ahead and you purchase that plot of land, you get the honey. And there's just a lot of stuff on this map. I tried to get through it. I tried to remember it. I failed you guys. Comment down below. How big of a fail is that? All right, let's keep on going here. Ooh, slow it down just a hair here. As you guys can see, there is quite a bit of detail in here. A lot of stuff all over this map. A lot of little hidden gems, a lot of little bobs, a lot of little weaves in here to make yourself rocking and rolling. This is another one of the plots of land you have this access to. You have the cows over there. Those are the other sets of cows that you do end up owning. So there are quite a bit of locations on here where you do have access to stuff before the game even starts, before anything ends up happening. It doesn't matter what mode you're on. Try and keep that in mind so that if you do want to start with absolutely nothing, you're going to have to do a little bit of tweaking in order to get yourself to that particular location or that particular comfort level. Again, guys, you got the woods here, nice and big. Nice little area where they're doing construction down there, where they have the stone crusher. All in all, guys, this is pretty darn neat. There's a lot of detail, a lot of little nuggets in this one that I think is pretty darn cool. But that's my own personal opinion. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. And also, let me know what you guys would want to do. How would you want to start this one off? Would you want to start this one off doing some forestry? Do you want to start on the main farms that's available? Or would you rather start off on one of those smaller little plots that are up over here? Or maybe that long, narrow one? Crops? Trees? What is it? What do you guys want to do on this one? I'm pretty darn interested. I kind of like how this all is set up and how it all looks. Guys, if you're liking what you're hearing, liking what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscription. It helps the channel out a ton. Oh my goodness, I tell you what. Go ahead and share this with somebody who likes trees and grass and water. Why not? And water. I bet you know at least one person that likes water. Go ahead and share this with that person. Oh, man, I tell you what, guys, this one definitely looks like a fun one. Like, you can really live a good life on this one. So, until I see you out on this one, thanks for stopping by.